what's cracking, guys? I'm back again with another Battle Spot battle, and this is pretty much from the same day I used that mono fighting team. And I just wanted to showcase this battle here because Poliwrath just gets some work done. I mean, my opponent doesn't make the best plays at the same time, but I just want to show off Poliwrath. I mean, I think he's pretty cool. He's, you know, you don't see him every day, and especially not using this sense on a mono fighting team. So here we go. We're battling David, exclamation mark this time, as he leads with Raikou. And this thing is a threat to my team because of its speed and kind of its typing, but you'll see. I mean, like, it has one move I never expected a Raikou to carry. And I love it. I love the surprises. So I get an Intimidate off, not that it really matters on a Raikou. But at least I get to go for a Fake out here. And it flinches. So now I gotta switch out into something that can hurt this thing while taking some damage from it a little more. And I figured my Breloom could if it wanted to go for an electric move. Which it does. Goes for the Thunderbolt, and Breloom takes that very nicely. Actually, it does a lot more damage than I wanted it to. And he goes for Extra Sensory, which is, I'm like, what the heck? Since when do Tiger Cats pack psychic moves? Anyways, that's the end of my Breloom there. So I'm like, damn, that's pretty much just changing my whole perspective on this battle here. I thought it was going to be an easy win. So go for the Intimidate again. And this thing's going to Thunderbolt me, but, you know, my Scrafty is especially defensive, and had this been, you know, a Wi-Fi battle, I would have had the Assault Vest and would have been more than fine. But I go for the Drain Punch here to heal up a little more after that Thunderbolt. Figure I'm safe from the extra chanceries, so he goes for the Volt Switch here. So Scrafty's holding his own alright for now. And I'm like, what you gonna go out into, sir? Goes for the Landorus, and I'm like, crap. This thing's gonna get off on Intimidate. And as we know from the last battle, that's pretty annoying with Scrafty's in there, so I gotta go switch my butt back out after this Drain Punch. At least we're in the green. So, not too sure what that means in, oh wait, no, I do know what that means in golf. It would have been pretty weird if I didn't. But anyway, I go into Poliwrath. This guy goes for a U-turn. Probably expecting an Ice Punch or something, but Poliwrath eats that up. I don't know where Poliwrath's mouth is. I finally found out where Poliwag's is, but not Poliwrath. He goes into a Starmie. I'm like, this thing probably has Thunderbolt, so I'm not going to risk the fact that he might go for a Hydro Pump and me having Water Absorb. So I go back into Scrafty, take this Thunderbolt, this hypothetical Thunderbolt, and lo and behold, he does actually go for the Thunderbolt. So Scrafty takes that not too badly as he goes for the Hydro Pump, and I almost pissed my pants there, but he missed, and I get a knockoff off, so that's nice, which almost takes this thing out. I gotta pull Scrafty back because I'm gonna need him for that Landorus. So I go back into Poliwrath here, expecting another Hydro Pump. And he does go for a Hydro Pump. And fortunately that hits, so Water Absorb is going to take effect and heal me up to nice full HP. Now I cannot take a Thunderbolt from this thing, so I'm going to have to switch back out into something else. And I figure my Terrakion can take a Thunderbolt if anything. So, you know, this thing is going to spin around in a circle like Wheel of Fortune and shock me. Then get off another Hydro Pump, and I'm like, crap, I don't know if Terrakion could take that. It's a big dude, but he can't. Unfortunate for me and my Terrakion. Anyways, I go out and send in the Blaziken, and right now I know you're thinking, oh, am I stupid? But I figure, you know, after one speed boost, I can hit this thing up with a Poison Jab and pretty much take it out. I'm surprised that he didn't switch out here because, you know, being as low HP as he is right now, he should know something's up if I'm staying in with a Blaziken. Anyways, that Poison Jab does take it out, so I'm like, yep. And right now, I'm hoping he sends out that Landorus again, because I would love to go into Scrafty and Ice Punch it. But he doesn't. He's gonna send out that Raikou. And I'm like, ah, man. So I gotta speed boost again, if I have any hopes of taking this thing out. Plus an extra Sensory, which is pretty scary. Oh, man. And if, you know, I know this is a 6v6 battle spot, but when I was trying to get a Wi-Fi battle, I wish I had my Blazikenite still. What happened was, I did buy my copy of Pokemon Y last October, and like a fool before we started my game, I forgot to transfer over the Torchic with the Blazikenite, so I lost it. So if anyone out there is willing to trade me a Blazikenite for something, just be able to let me know. Anyways, sends out a Tyranitar here, and I'm like, that's a pretty ballsy move, sir, considering you don't know if I'm packing a fighting move or not. Unfortunately, or fortunately for him, I don't pack a fighting move with this Blaziken. So I Baton Pass right out to my Poliwrath, and I'm like, yeah! Water fighting meets rock dark. Can't get any better matchup wise than this. As he goes for a crunch, so this shouldn't do too much at all. And I'm like, why would you go for a crunch on a Blaziken? Unless you're expecting to switch out, but even so. Poliwrath is quite bulky as he gets off another crunch here. Probably some slime on Poliwrath's skin. And he gets a defense drop, which is something I'd rather not have. But at least I have speed on Poliwrath's side as I go for this circle throw and almost take it out. And I'm like, it switches out. I'm like, come on, really? So Suicune gets dragged out, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with this thing. I'll just keep circle throwing, and see what comes out. And this thing is going to... Was it faster than me? No, it was not. I went for the rest? Why did I do that? Really don't know why I went for the rest. I think I was just afraid of whatever this Suicune could throw at me. But I figured since I had Sleep Talk, I could get lucky again. And this thing starts setting up Calm Mind, so I'm like, oh, hell no. Look how noble Suicune looks when it does that bow. Anyways, I'm like, hell no. I gotta get this circle throw off. Am I gonna chance it? Am I gonna chance the Sleep Talk, ladies and gents? Looks like I am. So, I do get the Sleep Talk, and I'm like, circle throw, scald! I'm like, oh, well, at least I'm damaging it. Maybe I'll get the burn. And lo and behold, I do get the burn. Not that it matters on a special attacker, like, really? And he goes for a Mimic. I'm like, huh, you gonna Mimic Sleep Talk, bro? And so I guess that was a free turn on my part. Like I said, maybe my opponent misclicked there, made some misplays, but Poliwrath's putting in work still. He's still doing well, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep him in as David, exclamation mark, withdraws his Suicune, goes out into Lucario. So if I do get the circle throw off here, it's gonna do a crap ton of damage to this Lucario and chuck it out. So let's go. Let's go, Poliwrath, let's go. Rest, come on, come on, man. How you gonna do this? So, I'm sitting there, being like, okay, Aura Sphere. How much is this gonna do? Does quite a lot. But Poliwrath comes through and wakes up and uses Circle Throw. That was a gamble, like holy crap, guys. But like I said, he has a good track record of waking up within like 2 turns. So, unfortunately, I didn't have my Stealth Rocks up, or else this Tyranitar would have been history. So I'm like, okay, here we go again. So at this point, I'm like, is he gonna go for like an Earthquake or something? But he goes for Stealth Rock. Late game Stealth Rocks, ladies and gents. There's nothing to sleep on. But at this point, I'm like, why? And he avoids the Circle Throw. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, I could have just taken this thing out right here. So I go for another rest because I'm like, you know, I still have the speed boost on Poliwrath. Let's ride the wave. Keep it going here. Getting a little bit more HP from that rest. Well, pretty much a lot more. As he goes for another crunch, so I'm like, what kind of Tyranitar is this? Stealth Rock crunch, like, it seems like a lead, but he didn't lead with it, so what's going on here? Anyways, Poliwrath's still fast asleep, so I go for another Sleep Talk, hoping for anything at this point, and luckily I do get a Circle Throw, takes this thing out. So, just gotta worry about a couple more Pokemon, and then victory is ours, my friends. I'm rocking back and forth in my chair right now. It's pretty fun. Anyways, he sends out this Lucario. Sorry, I just feel like doing that. Anyways, I go for a Sleep Talk here. I'm like, anything. Rest? Come on. All we've done in this when this Lucario was out was rest. So he goes to another Aura Sphere here. And it's not enough to take me out. And the Sandstorm subsides, fortunately for me. Poliwrath wakes up, and I'm like, come on. Goes to another Aura Sphere. And I'm like, Poliwrath. So, I'm proud of Poliwrath. He put in work more than anyone else, so good shit. So I set on my Blaziken, and I'm like, well, I just need to get up pretty much a speed boost here, and I can take this thing out whatever I want. Preferably not a Flare Blitz, because I don't want to damage myself in the process, but don't think this thing can carry extreme speed, so I went for Flare Blitz anyways. Why did I do that? I had oh, that's right, because Steel resists poison. Duh. So that takes the Lucario out, and pretty much clears up most of the threats to my team here, except this Suicune, who is burned. So Poliwrath could come in handy for this thing. But worry not, my friends. I am going to Baton Pass and do something that can take this special attacker's hits. What? I thought I went into the Scrafty. Holy crap. So I went into Machamp? Okay there. Well, I do have 1 speed boost. As he goes through the Scald, I'm like, this is like crazy. If he gets the burn, it's dunzo for me. It's a crit. But unfortunately, he does not get the burn. So, I get off a dynamic punch here. I love that move. Just screws with you. And it's enough to take the Suicune out. Who'd have thought? Machamp's just a beast. There needs to be a Mega Machamp. I will be the flagship person for Mega Machamp when it comes out. Anyways, this Landorus gets off and Intimidate. I'm like, seriously, bruh? Come on. So I go back into Scrafty and get an Intimidate off on this thing. I'm like, see how it feels? Unfortunately, I forgot all about the Pointed Stones. Stupid Pointed Stones. So, this thing's gonna go for a Stone Edge. I'm like, I don't know if I could take that. Fortunately, I do. And he's gonna go for a U-turn now. And I'm like, I don't know if I could take that. And I can't take it. So, it's a nice try. Just gonna try to Ice Punch this thing and take it out. But, unfortunately, it didn't work. So I go back out into my Blaziken here. And my plan is to pretty much protect, and Flare Blitz. Well, protect once and Flare Blitz after. But, he goes for the Stone Edge, so I'm like, yeah, what else is new, bro? And I get this Flare Blitz off, thankfully. And is it gonna take it out? I don't think so. Yeah, but I got the burn, I'm like, woo! Wow. Wow. It's pretty lucky there. It's like, this Stone Edge is not gonna do anything to me. Like I live it. And then this thing goes down to the burn damage, and I'm like, sweet! I get another opportunity to baton pass after something. If there was another Pokemon, psych! But yeah, like I said, this one wasn't the most challenging of battles, but I had fun using Poliwrath, and I just wanted to share it with you guys, because, you know, you don't see a Poliwrath every day putting in work like that. But anyways, guys, usual spiel here. Please smash that like button for me. It really helps me a crap ton and really helps me get more exposure to bring more awesomeness for you guys. And as always, if you want to see more on really unusual teams and mono teams and weirdness and stuff like that and excitement, y'all come back now. You hear? See you next time. Peace!